our architecture, our entertainment, our journalism, to how we treat each other, how we interact with each other, or, in many cases these days, don't interact with each other. The clothes we wear, what we buy and sell, our parks, our schools, our politics, and the list goes on. Fast food culture has become the dominant culture in the United States, and I'm really worried that it's becoming the dominant culture in this world. This is the bigger condition, the soil, I feel, that all these other problems are growing out of: fast food culture. You see, like all cultures, fast food culture has its own set of values, and I call them fast food values. And these values saturate our ways of thinking and influence our ways of doing things so thoroughly that, in my mind, I don't think we see them anymore. They're just part of the landscape, part of our makeup, part of the biology, our biology at this point. I feel part of our daily lives, and they completely degrade our human experience. An example of a fast food value of our culture is uniformity. The idea that everything should be the same wherever you go. You know, the latte that you get on Durant Street should be exactly like the one that you get in Bogota, or there's something wrong with it. Many of us take this for granted. We actually like this. It thrills us. It's modern. It comforts us. But like all fast food values, uniformity has a deeper, darker side. In this case, I would say the pressure to conform, the loss of individuality, or the respect for uniqueness, even prejudice and control. All eggs should look alike. All houses should look alike. Everyone should behave in a certain way, or they're suspect. Speed is another fast food value. Things should happen really fast. The faster, the better. I have to confess, this is me. You order it, you get it. You want it, you should have it. Right then, no waiting. The faster something's done, the better. And when we live like this, I fear that not only do our expectations become warped, but we also become easily distractible. We lose the sense that things take time. The best things take time, like growing food or cooking or learning or getting to know someone. These days, if there's not instant gratification, we get frustrated. There's no maturity, no time for reflection, no patience. The faster it's delivered, the faster it's communicated, the more valuable. Time is money. How many cows can you slaughter in the slaughterhouse in one day? How many patients can you see in an hour? How quickly can you down your lunch? Availability. Now that's another fast food value. The idea that we should be able to get anything we want, wherever we are, whenever we want it, 24/7. You should be able to get Evian water in Nairobi. You should be able to get a peach in Berkeley in April. But I know it's better to wait for Mas Masimoto's peaches in August. Now, would you please tell Mas I'm waiting? This twisted idea of availability to me not only spoils people, but causes them to lose track of where they are in time and space. Seasons stop mattering. What's indigenous to one place becomes unclear, maybe even irrelevant. There's always a feeling that there's something better over there. Local culture and the specialness of what's happening here and now become less important than the big, homogenized, fast food, get anything you want, anytime global reality, or in my view, unreality. Cheapness. This one drives me crazy. In the United States, there's a complete mixing up of the idea of affordability with cheapness. There's a deep feeling that value is equated with bargains. No one understands the real cost of things anymore because, one, nobody tells them, and two, everything is priced artificially, supported by subsidies and corporate sleight of hand and credit. Because I believe in paying people the true cost of their work and their products, people say that I'm artificially driving up the prices of food in markets. And I say it's the discounted prices that are artificial. I feel it's my responsibility to pay the true cost of food, if I can. There was a great op-ed in the New York Times last year about this, and I don't know if any of you ever saw it. A small organic farmer described quite eloquently how he and many other farmers he knew need to work 1 or 2 extra jobs just to keep the farms going. And he said it was a myth that small farms were, that he knew were making it. Well, I don't think it would be a myth if these farmers were paid appropriately for the beautiful food that they provide to all of us. The truth is, and it's something we need to learn, very, very important, things can be affordable, but they can never be cheap. When I hear somebody say, I just got it cheaper over there, I feel intuitively that somebody somewhere is being sold out, like the farm workers. You cannot not pay for something here and not expect to have other problems over there in your life, like with the environment or with your health or international relations or human rights, for that matter. In the end, all of these deals cost us much, much more, all of us. There are many other fast food values, and I'm sure that you can identify some for yourself. At first, they're invisible, but once you start to notice them, you see them everywhere. It's quite shocking. Part of this is because deception is a fast food value. Everything happens behind closed doors, away from the public's view. And one can't really get a handle on what's truly going on because we don't have access. We have to rely on the presentations or stories that are given to us by the powers that be, rather than being able to judge for ourselves. And I worry about all the international trade agreements that are going on these days, out of view, in the name of public good. But I know a lot of farmers worldwide that are very, very concerned about the consequences. Work is drudgery. That's another fast food value. Many of us accept this as completely natural. I assure you, though, that work doesn't have to be drudgery unless you're in a system created or supported by a fast food culture. Work, in my mind, though difficult at times, should actually provide a sense of value and accomplishment, a sense of purpose and satisfaction, a certain kind of pleasure. Fast food culture, by its very nature, for its very survival, strips work of these possibilities. It makes us all believe that work should be something degrading and meaningless, hollow. A job is just something to get through to get the money. And fast food culture bleeds us of our humanity as we work within it. And sadly, as we work inside this culture, we inadvertently strengthen it. And what really gets to me is after convincing us that work is drudgery, fast food culture then provides us with the pleasures to fill this emptiness that dissatisfied work life has left in us. Pleasures like, well, fast food for one, and video games and TV and hours on Facebook and alcohol and drugs and pornography and cruise ships and things that I like to call consumption vacations. Because I think people just go and gorge themselves and try to make themselves feel better and to fill up this emptiness that sadly can never be filled that way. Basically, the way I see it is that fast food separates work and pleasure in our lives, and then it profits from the separation. More is better. Ah, yes, that's a fast food value. The more you pile on your plate, the happier you'll be.